Kia ora folks, Dan from Nelson Public Libraries here again, and I'm here to talk to you about our summer reading challenge this year. We're taking you around the world. We're going to read continent by continent, and there's going to be a passport, stamps, a whole lot. So I'm here to give you some suggestions for books, and I've got one book for every continent. And we're going to start with this one. We're off to Africa. Now, this is The Man Who Climbs Trees by James Aldred. This is an amazing memoir, and it's about a guy who climbs trees, sets up filming stations for the BBC so they can record the animals and the wildlife for their Planet Earth series. He was responsible for dangling David Attenborough 100 foot in the air by a skinny rope, like imagine the stress of that, amazing. But it's funny, it's insightful, it's beautiful, and it makes Africa shine. Amazing. So there we go, that's Africa. Where are we off to next? North America. Willie Lawton, this guy, in my opinion, he's probably the most important writer coming out of America today. He writes stories of the struggling classes, the people who need 3 or 4 jobs just to make ends meet, the real America. His writing is sparse, beautiful, high impact, it'll break your heart. Amazing, amazing writer. Everyone should be reading Willie Lawton. Amazing. So there's North America for you. Where are we off to next? Our own region. This is Oceania. Now, I wanted to highlight this guy because he's an amazing emerging talent coming out of Tasmania. Robbie Arnott, this is his second book, The Rain Heron, and this is magic realism. It's a little bit fantastical. It's so in touch and elemental with the environment. It's an amazing read. It's an amazing read. If you like things slightly different, if you're not afraid of a little magic realism, then get a hold of this one. There's some dark turnings in there too. He's an amazing writer and one to watch out for. So that's Oceania. Let's go to Asia. Now for me, one of the most exciting things about writing coming out of Asia today is the science fiction coming out of China. They're amazing, imaginative, beautifully built worlds, and they're dealing with technology, humanity, the way it's changing us as a species, and the impact on our future, potentially. This is a collection, and it's edited and compiled by Ken Liu, who's one of the best at it. So if you're interested in science fiction, then you haven't tried Chinese science fiction, get into this. This will give you a really good taste. It's right across the board. There's space opera, there's dystopia. It's amazing. So, Chinese science fiction from Asia all the way down to Antarctica. Now, this is amazing. Australian author, Andrew McGann, he was one of Australia's greatest, and he wrote this book while he was dying from cancer, and it was released posthumously. But it's complete, it's beautiful, it's amazing. It's a little bit supernatural, it's really thrilling. It's an alternate reality where deep, deep, deep in the Southern Ocean, right on the edge of Antarctica, there's an enormous mountain that just dwarfs Everest in every way, reaches right up to space. And it's about a man who seeks to conquer this mountain, and it's about a woman who seems to have some kind of supernaturally connection to the natural world. The second half of this will really pick you up and take you on a journey and then put you back down smiling. It's amazing, amazing book. Future classic of Australian literature, let's hope so. And South America. Now, this is another travel memoir. This is a classic. We hold this in our literature collection. It's so good. Bruce Chatwin wrote this in Patagonia in 1977, where he travelled through this mysterious, dark, desolate region, and he met the people and he explored their history, and he writes so amazingly beautiful about it. It's an incredible book. Everyone should read this book. So this is South America in Patagonia, Bruce Chatwin. Now let's go to Europe. This guy, Jasper Fforde. Oh my God, what a writer. He's hilarious. This is the guy. If you loved Douglas Adams and other humorists like that, Jasper Fforde's the new guy. It's bizarre, magical, surreal. It's around a anthropomorphic event about 30 years in the past where all the rabbits became sentient and grew up to about the size of humans, and now they live amongst us. So he's dealing with some big issues here like race, integration, intolerance and tolerance, all this kind of stuff is dealt with in this book, but in a hilarious way. It's brilliant. I loved every second of this, and I'd encourage you to give this a read. This is Europe, even though the UK is not in the Union anymore. Now we're going off-world, because that's all of our continents done. This is the continent that doesn't exist. This is magic, this is fantasy, this is action-packed, epic fantasy. Now, Con Eagleton is famous for his historical adventure novels. He writes about Roman legions and battles and all that kind of stuff. He's brought all of that experience into this epic fantasy series. This is the first of a trilogy. And it blew my mind. Amazing. Really well written, action-packed, full of magic, full of character arcs, lots of characters interweaving, lots of fates, lots of destinies. Amazing. Really good book. So that's Off-World if you want to get off the planet for a little bit. And that's it. That's all of my suggestions for you. If you want some more suggestions, go to our webpage, click on our summer reading tab, and there's a whole list under each continent for you to choose from if you get stuck. Otherwise, come and talk to us. We love to talk about books. Okay, happy reading. Safe travels.